Whew. All right, welcome. Let's see. Let's click a couple buttons over here and over. Yep, that looks good. Cool, great. All right. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, happy, I guess, belated Thanksgiving. I'll probably go into more detail throughout the stream, so I'll tell the story, I guess. Not much story as much as it was very a little different from past years, but still a good time. I was able to, well, I guess it was weird. It's complicated. But good to see you. Hi, Cookie and Jed. Welcome, welcome. Everyone else, file on in. Water's fine. All right. I should make sure everything's working here. That's looking good. Calibrate that. Perfect. And let's see. It's looking good over there. That's off. Perfect. Okay. So I want to make sure everything's ship shape before I sell off. Was it like push off or something? Welcome everyone. Hi Dakota. We'll get started in just a bit. This is looking all good. Whew, hopefully. They should be a little different activity wise, but should still be fun. Probably get back to our roots, kind of a style. Also, if you're just joining, I have not said anything about my Thanksgiving yet, so I'll sparse it out. I'll spread it out throughout the stream. When it comes time to do that. That's ready. Boop boop. All right. Welcome, welcome. Ooh, stream about button running. Awesome. Well, I think I changed that, so that's new. Don't worry about the bot. Must have flipped a switch that I wanted to turn on. Anyway, Cookie, you're still helpful as you're the human to help me with all this, but hopefully everything's working okay for you. So welcome. Hello. I think my arm's not working, so I'll just gotta wave like this. Gobble. Hope everyone had a Thanksgiving that had one. No, it's American tradition, so not everyone has it. But yeah, mine was very casual. A lot of fun. When I woke up like at 8 or 9, and then just tried to quickly, so I woke up at 8, and then I quickly just made that Thanksgiving tweet on the little GIF. So that was more hectic than it probably was meant to be, but it was really fun to I secretly just had it from last year and just kind of reanimated some parts and try to clean up some bits. So it was mostly the same as last year, but I just kind of tweaked some things here and there. But yeah, so hopefully everyone's having fun on your day. So hello. Cartoons and Railfan, welcome. Nice tablet. Yes, this is fairly new. This is the Spud tablet. I want to say add-on, but it's just a little application. It can track my mouse movement and then have a little picture of my hand so I can kind of follow along. And then I actually took a picture of my tablet from the back and then just traced it and then put some little tiny stickers. I got I think a muffin and a little picture of me. And over there is like a cutie mark or something. So I don't have those stickers on mine, but this is virtual one, so I can put whatever I want on it. So, and the stick is also fairly accurate. I think there's even like a red ring around it, which is exactly how my pen is. And I'm left-handed, so it all works out. Here we go. And gobble. Alrighty. Let's see. Hey, Summer. Let's see. That my face is a turkey little giblet. I don't even know what they call it. Those little weird nose droopy things. Yeah, it's a little turkey. I want it to be like a little costume. Like it's never really an actual beak kind of thing. It's always like a costume kind of thing. Yeah, for Thanksgiving. Hope you had one, if you had it. Let's see. I want to transition into... We're going to make this into this horse. We're going to turn the green one into Hitch. But for right now, I think I want to go over what I've done in the process of the actual game. I did a bunch of reworking of the coding parts. So at least it just kind of has more visualness to it. So if I can run that real quick, we'll see how this runs. Oh yeah, I changed the font, so that's a little different. I'll have to upgrade the once I get the animated cutscene. I'll do that. But I got, let's see, can't even see Sunny. Here's Sunny. So I can put her closer over there. That's good. So I got a little tiny Sunny bubble. I'll have better facial animations, so that this is super rudimentary. Just as a test, gauge how it looks. You know, try to get a little benchmark of what I want. I have a little name tag that'll switch between characters, and then a new text bubble and a new font. And I think there's only 3 lines, so there's a bunch of spacing, kerning and stuff, line breaks. But yeah, let me know how this all looks as I go along. I've set up to about Izzy, so obviously when she has different emotions, I'll have different expressions on her face, so those will switch out. But for right now, I just only have these 2 pictures that kind of go back and forth. So that fades out. So this will be the narrator talking, so it's like there's no name tag, and so it's just like reading a book where it's just like, oh, then she leaves. And then we'll fade into the new background. And talk a little bit. And all the things, her name tag and the little bubble are separate objects, so I had to add that in on every single line. So only Izzy works for right now. We got Izzy. So she has her own little name tag as well. I'll have more images of her once we go along as well, but this is just basically just a bunch of placeholder kind of stuff. Yes, it's very everything's very Animal Crossing. I wanted that to be very I'd like that kind of style, and just kind of worked out with how I wanted it to be. I tried looking up to see whether or not the G5 video game had text boxes, and they don't. They just have like the text with no, you know, like this white square circly box, not even the name really. So I was like, Animal Crossing is good. It works. They don't have this personalized, you know, I can have like glitter on Izzy and Pip can be all sparkly and stuff, so I can have more texture into all of this as well. But it is, in general, Animal Crossing-esque. Yes. Once we upload it to YouTube when it's finished. Maybe like a playthrough. Oh, I don't think I'll do like a video of it. I think I'll do this as a real exe file, and then I'll give that to you guys. I'll probably upload it to the Discord or Twitter, whatever. And then you'll be able to play it as a game. Like this is a full application kind of thing. Like, it could be a video game. And if you guys want to do a video gameplay on it, then be my guest and do a video on it. That'd be cool. Have my own let's play of someone else doing it. That'd be cool. A trailer could be good. People don't exist. But they have to say like where to get it, and then that'll be. I have to say like in a trailer, not buy it. It'll be free, and then get it from here. And then that might be. I have to find a place to probably put it. I guess. Like I guess and do some video game sharing site like Itch.io or something like that. Maybe I could do that. I think a trailer would be. That's probably as far as I'll probably go with it to make a video of it. But yeah, once I get more of this, once it's complete, you know, once I get more assets in here. But this is about as much as I got right now. And then we got I got two different things here that I set both of these up. But it basically just goes back and forth between having Sunny talk and then having Izzy talk for right now. Little V-punch is what they call it, where it just kind of shakes the screen a little bit. Narrator, and a little fade out, shots off, which I ask and ask. And the fun part is that if you try to ask Izzy again, because she left, where is she? So if you try to talk to her again, then all this shows up again, and like I'll get more answers again. So she's like, I can't, she's gone, I can't ask again. But if you talk to the other characters, then they'll be open. What I can do is go back a bit to the other side. It's basically the same thing, but it just has the alternate dialogue that I've also set up. So just to show everything that the scope of everything that I've done as a progress report, I guess. To show that I've got all this sort of stuff going on. And behind the scenes, this is a lot going on. And I'll kind of show that once I get through all this dialogue. It's basically an alternate version of the same thing. So, what's happening in the what do you call this, code? Playing Roblox multi-code. Oh, awesome. I gotta get into Roblox sometime. What's happening is that I have the sunny circle, which is a little sunny picture in the corner. And I got a text box. Then I gotta show like how it appears, so they have to dissolve. And then I just had to like show which ones and then hide each box. So I'm sure that last week that guy who knew about Roblox coding was like, you have too many repeats. And it's like, yeah, but it's so linear that it's not really just straight up coding it. It's more just like making it into a linear structure. So like I sort of have to do it this way. What I could do is, I think I can have the text box be part of the character itself when it's being defined. Like this, how this only has white outlines. I can have that to each character. You can also set like what text box graphic it is. But when I tried that, it actually kind of blinked in some other picture and then quickly like, it kind of like glitched out to be like not exactly how I wanted it to be, where it just kind of shows the picture. So unfortunately I have to like, every single dialogue is now this long. Like there's only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, 7 or so text boxes, but the way that I have to show the circle with Sunny's text box with the narrator, then show the other alternate one, like hide what was there, then show the other one, and then like how to show it on every single line does add a lot of lines here, but I think it just does more control in case I want to have like a half and half. Like if I wanted something specific, like I could have halfway through have a new text box, and if it gets overridden by the way that the character is defined, then it might show this one first one defined and then the other one. So I feel like this one is probably more better, but obviously adds a lot more into here. And I haven't even touched, you know, sound effects. Like I want to have a sound effect here, and then like have some music and other kind of effects. But most of it is set up so that I can just kind of go in and say like, now that I have this, I can show, instead of Sunny Circle, like it'd be like Sunny Circle plus neutral or talking, and then it'll show that version of it, and then define it, of course. Anyway, that's what I got so far. Let me see if I can. I'm gonna hide myself real quick. I'm gonna see if I can show my arms. Real quick here. Let's see why. Just turn everything on and see if this works. So why don't I wave to you guys? Yay, okay. I think we just turned off for a reason. There we go. Wrong button. So what I want to do is say hello. There we go.
Hi Deadpool and Purple. Welcome, welcome. It's so adorable. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's see. That looks so good. Alright. So that's where I got so far. Obviously I have to do pictures of Pip and Zip, and then Hitch and Sparky and Luna, and then do the endings where they're all together. Go for the 3 of them. And then I have to do the cutscene, and then all the animations for each character, and sound effects, and clean up. So we're still only like total probably like less than a third done with everything completeness, but just having the script itself pretty much done does actually help a lot. Then I can just kind of go through each one and then make it much more longer with each of these white little text parts here, where like just shows what to be. So if you missed it, it has the nice cool text box, because right here I could have Sunny's text box be like gray or blue or something as a different object or something as a different asset, but I don't know enough about this coding Ren'py stuff to be able to figure out what will be the best solution to a lot of this stuff. So I'm just kind of my usual workarounds when I have something like this that's like I'm not sure, then I'll just kind of do it the long way that works, even if it's, you know, takes 10 times longer. It's like I know what I'm getting. Then trying to figure out like the weirder, faster way to do everything. So, but yeah, we'll have Sunny express different emotions and everything. But I would like to know, before I move on with too much of this, how does this look? What do you guys think? I can make it a little bit smaller so you can see it. A little crunchier. Does this... I even like made the circle a little bit smaller so you can like see like her... She's kind of like going outside of the circle. Like her ear is clipping outside of the circle. So that was a little bit tricky. I could have this background circle and this little arrow be a different color based on her emotions or something. The text box little thing could be a little bit more something. Just made it to be like her colors, so like every character has a different, will have a different style. If I go back, because I could just reload it as well. If I talk to Izzy, too far. Then we got that. Set up the text box as a little, I haven't fully designed this out. Probably have like an outline and then figure out what kind of texture I want on the background here. But it's just kind of playing around right now to see what I like. I like it. Never seen them before. Shepherd expressions. She will. But rather than making 100 expressions without this template in a way working, I feel like that'd be wasting my time. I get waste my time with coding stuff because I don't understand it, but with art, it's like I know more of that, so I know how long that'll take for sure, kind of stuff. Yeah, want to add this little triangle to make sure that it's kind of like it's down or something, so it's kind of like showing that it's you. Ooh, I could do it maybe a little more. Would that be too much? I was thinking like it could be more like a 3D kind of arrow, because then it'd be more like you kind of a thing. Because you're Izzy, or you're Sunny in a POV kind of area. But yeah, she'll have different expressions, and then whatever kind of style I want to do with her, I could do that as well. It shows the green, because obviously if it was more orange background, then she'll kind of blend into it, and it's kind of like an off-saturated, desaturated version of her eye color. Just wasn't sure if it's contrasty. It's actually orange and blue are contrasty colors, so blue and green are kind of close together. So it's not perfect complementary, but kind of goes over eye color, so it kind of blends in well. But yeah, how does this all look so I can use this as a template for everything else? And I got Izzy who can do a little hop. Yeah. But yeah,
So once we get Hitch and Sparky in, once we make them as puppets, then we'll add them in as well, and then code them all in as well. But yeah, this obviously this did take a while, as I had to set up every single line, and I kind of wrote out line by line of like letter by letter, writing all these out. So I didn't copy paste any of these. I guess I could have at some point, because it is just kind of the two characters talk back or shorter. But it's like the text box itself graphic, and then the sunny circle graphic, and then showing the other person's character graphic. And then for every line, it just kind of hides and shows the other one. Yeah. Alrighty, let's move on to the main event. Let me get some water here. Oh my! I'll get my beak wet. Oh no. Yeah. Alright. Woo. Alright. Stretch it out. Alright. Okay. So I do have a whole bunch of reference pictures of Hitch. Just got it in them real quick, like where I got the 3D model from the video game, and then a couple tell your tale pictures from different angles, and then just a full body of the 3D model. So I think I'm ready to go. I don't know. So I do have to change this mirror puppet into a stallion. I'm not sure how that'll work, but yee. That's what I feel. Let's see. Hi Brandon. Hey, are you Temporary fam? I'm not sure what that is, so I'm probably not. All right, welcome. So it's gonna be a lot of work. I guess we can do right now is just colors. That'll be probably our first part. So I just show some random colors, just so I can make sure. I did take this. This is Sunny's. Where is it? This is Sunny's colors. I tried to remove each color as I went. I think there's still somewhere each of the colors are in there. I think I just want to start by trying to figure out what's a more approximate color. It's not super orange, but not super yellow. It's kind of like this weird creamy color. It's almost like desaturated orange yellow. It's very specific. Let's see if I can find it. That's closer. Brighter, desaturate. Brighter, desaturate. We'll probably play with it a little bit longer later on. We heard a rumor that a turducken exists. Whoa, is that the turkey, chicken, duck food? That's awesome. That it's real? Oh boy, that'd be scary. Let's see. It is. Wow. I've seen videos of it, of people making it, but I don't think we tried it at home. It's kind of one of those things of like, I don't know if I want this. It's a little overboard, you know? It's a little too much. I think it'd be fun. It'd be fun to have it one time, but I'm not sure if it's gonna be like a thing I want to eat every day. It's like a little fun treat. Let's see, it's got brown eyes. So I'm using a gradient where it goes from one color to the other. So I want it to be more orangey, a little brighter. Somewhere around there.
The fun part about Toon Boom is that these are each of these colors are set up to be if I color one object with this color, that means you can see like everything that I've colored that one thing will also change. And every frame of it too, like even if it's a different picture, it'll still take it as the same thing. So that's really fun. See you, Judd. That reminds me, it was like your brony, but in a turkey body. Amazes me. Oh, I get it. Totally. I can see that. Let's see. I think I've already recolored his inside mouth. There we go. So I'm just going through each of these colors to see what I like. Color it. Maybe blue. Maybe like a light baby blue or something. Iris highlight. So let's get this color. Brighten it up. It's always good to like kind of change the hue, which is the color left to right here, just a little bit, so they're not exactly like a brighter color of the same hue. It kind of matches up a little better. Kind of makes this more yellowy. A little brighter there. There we go. Is that too bright? I think it's alright. Have the inside ear. Not sure if I'd like to coat out. Let's make it a little darker. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that for now. Okay. Alright. Can't wait for the X-Mix special. I think I watched that today, in case someone was gonna bring that up. So it is on Netflix, and it's been out, I think they did a Christmas special on Thanksgiving, or like really close to it. So, there you go. It addressed some grievances that I've had with the series, that they finally got a mode of transport to actually go to the rest of the world. So that's what I've been waiting for, was some way to actually get the characters out of Maritime Bay. It's really nice. It's a breath of fresh air. That's like they can actually go somewhere else. And now that they have that, then I can use that in the order. Hopefully they'll remember it for their future series. So here we go. It's close. Got the base colors going. Happy with that. I think I can start making this into a stallion. What do I want to do first? Let's do proportions, maybe. Let's do that. So made him this one about the size that I want. So yeah. Let's see if I have a frame that looks. Yeah, that'll be fine. So I want some vertical guidelines. So I'll do several of these for about where we are right now, and so that when I move them, I'll be able to see where I was. Because obviously just moving them to be in a place that's not where I want them to be, that won't be too useful. Let's see, so that's the end of there. Let's have like the eye line or something. Let's put that about there. Okay. And then let's go into some of these extra modes here. That'll be the whole head. That might work. I wonder if these will freak out. Hopefully not. So either I can move this one, or I can go on the side of here. Move this head, which I think has way too many other movers. Let's move this one then. I think they have this train station like in Ponyville, or pier since it's a bay. Yeah, but I have those streetcars, which I guess is how it all worked out. That became the main main influence there. But yeah, the streetcars I guess only did like a super short route. I mean, Maritime Bay is so small. It's like just a couple lanes, you know? And it's like, okay. And I guess just having it be traveling. It's got a long neck. We'll have to address that. Wasn't too practical. But yeah, definitely some other way would have been would have been nice. But I'm glad that we have something. That's all I wanted, was something to get him out of. Oh, I forgot about that part. Look at that. Forgot I made some squishy leg physics. I think this way works the other way. In a way, I could just jimmy this up. And then make this a little longer. And then what I don't want to move is those bips. The problem is that if there's pieces like this that kind of move, I have to also move them. If they have multiple keyframes like this, I have multiple red dots here, I have to also move them up. On every frame too. Looks like I'm moving them way up. What you can do is just kind of pick a line, these little vertical lines, and then say like, that's where I want it to be. I'm just kind of line it up to there. So already we should be a little bit taller. What I can do with this, get these other squishy lines here, but I guess I could just kind of stretch out the whole leg itself. Move this temporary line down here. And just kind of move it up a little bit. So a little bit longer legs. So I move this little donut down again. I can stretch it out. Have these about even. Move that up. What's also going to be important is that I know that this little sash thing is going to go underneath his arm. So I was like, I better move this up a little bit higher to prepare for that as well. I think this could be readjusted there. But already we should be taller. And I didn't do like a global scale kind of thing where you literally just take the whole body and then just, because if I want him to be a little bit taller, what you don't want to do is just go whoop and make him taller. Because that'll just make him, you know, proportionally the exact same size when I want him to have a little bit taller neck and longer legs. So just literally just scaling him up in every direction isn't going to do that. As well as his head is now going to be the same size as proportional and like twice as big as everyone else. So when I was working with Pip to make her smaller, is that I did it the same way but just shrunk everything down. So I didn't literally take her entire body and just squish it down. I took every piece in the same way and moved the head up or moved the head down, moved the body up and down, and legs up and down. So that creates a little bit more stylized, better proportioned body. Is that now it's actually the right size there. And I think I want to probably have to do a lot of reshaping to a lot of this. I think what's going to bother me right now is the eyelashes. So I'm going to have to go through
every drawing here and remove the eyelashes on every frame. See, it does not have eyelashes. So I can just kind of select them all. I put them onto a separate layer, sub-layer. And I can just kind of take them out. We see my opponent visit Maritime Bay. All these names are so basically the same to each other. Is that the mobile game one? Where you had to like... It's like a freemium where it's like a little demo, basically, of like little mini games and furniture buying to decorate your bright house. And then if you want any of the other characters, you have to like subscribe to like a $7 a month premium thing to be able to get like basically the rest of the game. Then yes, I played it for about 10 minutes and realized, oh, this is what this is. And then I quit. So I didn't subscribe. I'm not part of it. I was like, this isn't interesting enough for me to really get into this to begin with. Sorry. I think I'm good. So yeah, I forgot to get a higher quality Hitch Trailblazer cutie mark picture. See what that looks like, so I can change this sunflower seed here into I think I could turn off the visibility without, yeah, I could just turn it off. Cool. Do that instead. Okay, so make some new colors for the cutie mark. Probably need that has to be different. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yeah, it should be fine. Would I recommend? Okay. Pocket Ponies on mobile. Pocket Ponies. Is that G4? That sounds familiar. Like I feel like I've heard that. I played the Game Loft game from like way long ago. G4. Okay. That's fine. Mark on 1, and we'll make this sort of the same color as this. We want to make this shield thing. So make this a little brighter. And then... the story mode just stops at a certain point. Well, I guess, yeah, the series didn't quite finish. So I guess so. Let's see. Oh, I was gonna wait, but I guess you're just saying it to those guys. Alright, well, alright. Here's like some cute Derpy that I like to. Ooh, alright. That's worth it. I'll say that. Let me get a new sketch color. Okay, so what I want to do is roughly in the same spot as this. So let's kind of flip it. So that's the same as that. What I want is kind of draw the boundary box of what I want. So I can get rid of this now. I can see in real time we're about is a good enough spot, and make sure I'm not going overboard with that. Okay. So what I want is to draw in. It does have a line in the middle. Okay. And then some of these. Roughly. Kind of curves out. I've been meaning to get some new music, so hopefully for the next year, when I have time, probably take some well-deserved break at some point, and then I'll have some time to find some new music for the stream. Just thought about it right now. So, don't worry if you're getting tired of this music. I'll I'll eventually find some new ones.
Something like that. Get rid of some of these. Some little sheriff badge with some little hearts. It's cute that just little hearts. Here we go. Trying to simplify it. For all my reckless sketching. Okay. Let's call it a new thing. Actually, that's good. Actually, I'm gonna actually do another more actually line. Okay. And now, on a higher layer, higher sublayer, and I got a new color, so these shouldn't, in theory, go over each other. Actually, there is more of a loop, more of a hill. There's a line there. This is gonna be a hard part, is trying to get this shape here to look nice. I could just flip it and then just draw the same thing. There we go. That's a nice technique. That's like, my arm doesn't bend that way to trying to draw. So I was like, I'm just gonna literally flip the canvas and then just draw it the same way again because it's symmetrical. Get rid of that. And there we go. Okay, so now I got this in a more closer concrete way that I like. I can do the same thing of putting this to a lower sublayer. And then we get a Q to mark 1. There's no outline. I think I'll just start with this then. Obviously with these vector lines, I don't have to be too careful, but it'd be good to make sure everything's on the same layer. I do that too many times. I get too ahead of myself. Thankfully this is still pretty quick process here. Probably get to do away with just a little bit less. Welcome back, Judd. Working on the cutie mark of Hitch. The good thing about this, by doing this, I'll be able to have hopefully a stallion base by the end of this. You saw like how I made a different proportion, body shape. And I'll keep working on that to have a little bit more defined in different areas. So it'll be more unique as well by the end. And then I'll be able to make other stallions, like Sprout, and other stallions in the show. I don't know any others. I guess there's the hair salon guy and the Alpha Beetle's got a completely different body shape, so it's like not gonna, it's not to be worth it to use the same base. It's like start from scratch anyway, basically. So that's not gonna be too fun. Let's see where this, a little bit of this can take me there. Alright. Something like that, a little lower, a little higher. I've been vectoring so long, it's like I wanna know what I know what I want, so just kinda playing around until I see what I want. And then going like, good, okay, cool. Pretty happy with this.
just gonna untinker that out. This could be out. It's not exactly symmetrical. Okay. And hearts. I think this. Yeah, there we go. I could have done this rotatey thing as well, where like I can literally just rotate the entire screen. I guess it's more useful for people who have tablets that are like more like you can't really move them too much. Or they're either like in a position where maybe like it's connected to a laptop, so you can't really don't have a long enough cord to move it around too much. Because now there's some videos I saw like where you can have like a tablet be on this whole like gimbal thing and like be able to move it around and like rotate the whole thing around. Be able to do like on a flat, you know, 90-degree, like you're like looking down on it or like straight up at you. Be able to like at any point kind of just go like, okay, let me just I'm feeling like I wanna draw like this today, you know. I've been drawing out I don't know what kind of degree that I am. Like a side view. I guess I kind of draw more at a pretty straight up. I think it's more like that. And then tablet is just like barely, it's connected to some stuff and then it goes into the computer. But yeah, the degree here is almost like a 90. So it's just barely tilted back right now. And I've been drawing like this for probably like 10 years now. With this kind of tablet. So, which you can see that I'm using. It's basically like this. But obviously there's ways to take that out and you can kind of rotate the screen all the way down there. And I've seen people more used to like drawing at that, but then they're drawing it with your stick. You basically at that angle instead. So, and of course this degree is way smaller. But yeah, I've been used to it's kind of just having it be way up here. Basically just drawing it on a flat surface. Almost like a vertical slab kind of surface. So, I've been used to this. I don't know how healthy it is to draw like that. And I don't know if it's bad for any kind of medicalness of like having the arm be at a certain high angle all the time compared to like more like how you actually draw like on paper. Because on paper you don't draw vertically. So yeah. Let's make it a little bit thinner. Okay. Let's fill this in with color. Beep. So we'll have a couple 3, 4. It's gonna put you up between you. So this will be Q mark 2, and it'll be pretty close to that. Use of tablet at 30 to 45. 45. Wow. So that'd be like half as tall. Yeah, interesting. Of course, everyone's different, so it's not like, oh, you're doing it wrong because you're drawing at like that angle. Ugh. Ugh. Well, you should be doing, you know. It's kind of like how you sleep. It's like, just sleep how you want. I don't know. Obviously, you know, ends justify the means, so it's like, if you're good, then go for it, man. Whatever. That's alright. But yeah. I think when starting out, it's like, you just need to know, you know, just have to figure it for yourself. Try different things when you're starting out, you know, and be like, oh, does this work for me? Does this style work out for me, you know? And be like, huh, that didn't. Okay, well, okay. Let's try a different style there. Try to get rid of the outlines now, which is hard to click the tiny little lines there. Yeah, I think when I started, I mean, my first tablet was like a bamboo style, which is just like the super cheap, which is to say, like, it's also kind of not the best quality compared to my current one. So, the way that I had to draw with that, I think I've explained that you do have to draw more flat. Like, the tablet itself is like only like a foot wide, or have like half a foot. The problem is that it's also connected to a computer, and so the computer is like that. So like as you move, then it goes up. So this is flat, 90 degrees, but as you move it this way, then on the screen it looks like it's going up in a different direction. So as you move your hand away from you towards the top of the tablet, which is flat, like the top of the paper, then like your monitor, it looks like it's going upward. So that becomes the weird disconnect of, wait a minute, how does this work? You're not literally drawing, you're drawing on this thing that then translates it into what it thinks it's gonna look like. So what does that look like, Cookie? Or instead, you're drawing more at a, what is it, 45? So this is that, and then you just divide that by half. Ugh, okay. Something like that. And then you're drawing more like that. Interesting. It's probably a little flatter. But you said 30, which means I rotate this. Ugh. Something like that. Ugh. Just looking at that actually hurts me a little bit. That's like, oh. There's no wrong way, but it's like, that looks painful. Because I feel like a lot of the weight is then being, you know, all right here. Like, all of it is being directed downward. As you press down, then all of it is being rested on this small amount of space, you know, or right there. Because with me, it'd be like 90 degrees, so everything's kind of being pushed that way, instead of being literally then pushed into the ground almost. That's almost going to fall down or something and break or something. So the force of a 90 degree is just kind of going outward. Almost like being pushed back rather than being pushed on the tablet holder up itself, I guess. So, I don't know. Obviously, this one's the weirdest way anyway. Huh. But yeah, that's pretty cool. There we go. That's alright. It's probably a little not dark enough there. Let's make it a little bit darker. I know I just said like, oh, to each your own, and then I said like, oh, well, you're doing it wrong almost. In a weird way. I think it's a little large compared to how they have it, so let's go back and rescale all this. How do I... both buttons. Beep. Yeah, it's a little better. A little lighter colors, but the picture that I got is a little bit lighter. So I think I'll go with this. Not trying to make it 100% accurate to anything. Like even with the 3D model, probably not going to make all those hair bips or really choose an exact color between here. So it's going to be an amalgamation no matter what I do. So I'm not trying to be exact in on any front. I think for now, I think next step is we can do the hair. At least block that out. We can do the tail. Tail should be easy. The game, the pony game, the one I did on that live stream that one time, that was fun. Everyone said it was, oh, it's gonna take like 2 hours, and I beat it in about the same amount of time. That was fun. That was funny. 3K. I don't know what these are. Hair outline. Okay. Just want to do. Let's find out what looks. Open pocket ponies? Okay, yeah. Let me see what that looks like. I want to see what that kind of graphics look like. how bad I spelled pocket. Okay. I want to say Pokemon and then it just didn't work. Ugh, what the? That's just the first picture is this pony baby and I'm scared. Ugh. What the? He said it has sunset. Okay. Ugh. Ugh. It's like one of those malware flash games that's like, oh, you can dress up the baby pony and then don't kill it, and then like it starts bleeding and it's like, oh no, what did you do? And then like makes you buy a motorcycle without you knowing. And it's like, ah, geez, I didn't want that. That's a simple tale. All right. So looks like they made it a little bit more, a little bip there, which is weird because the game doesn't have that. It's very more simplified. This is where I take references so you can kind of mix and match which way do I like it more. Okay. So the hair, let's try and find a color match for that. How hair outline. It's more green than not. Green blue. Let's see if I can get a little lighter. I need to have two fills. So let's have hair fill. Let's see. Hair fill 2. I don't know why I like O2s, or like instead of like 2, I like O2, just in case I need more than 10, and then alphabetically it works better. Anyway, okay, hair outline. This will be the tail. So I think I should remove this and see where it is. The layers on. Okay. And then kind of see about there. Just what I can do is get to here, and then I can kind of draw what I want. I think the little thing there is pretty good, but I can make it kind of a little small. But just kind of go with the more flimsy kind of style here. Interesting. I mean, I don't blame him. Yeah, just doesn't look. If it wasn't popular, then trying to add too many other. There's a point of no return with these kind of stuff of like, no one's really getting it. Maybe having it be too expensive or trying to, you know, you'll have the fans, but then if it's not profitable or anything, then having to spend the time and money on it, it's just like it's not gonna be actually worth it company wise, you know. And I was like, now what? So it's sad, but yeah, you have to, if there's any kind of business thing, you have to realize when you lost. Because I haven't heard of it. I've heard of it, but I just didn't really check it out, you know? So, I'm not sure. Didn't even know what it really looked like. So, as far as that then, you know? Not enough marketing. So I'm aware of a lot of stuff, but I just don't pursue a lot of it, if that makes sense. Like I know what the other fandoms, you know, the that hotel scary one, and then like Gravity Falls and all that stuff, but it's like I never didn't personally actually get into it, I guess. I actually got into Undertale, but then the game was so hard that I just gave up on that just because it was too tricky to play the game itself. I was like, ah, man, I'm just bad at playing it. So I didn't finish Undertale. But then Deltarune 1 and 2, I think I got halfway into chapter 2, but then kind of just lost interest over just too much. Didn't want to
rush through it, but then at the same time, I just didn't have time to actually play through it. So, yeah. So, stuff like that happens. And it's like, oh well. We're in the media age where everything's available, but also I don't have time to actually do everything then. So, that's good. But I want to do, let's do little stripies. These be my little stripies. Something like that. There we go. Let's see. Sounds pretty loud for some reason. Can't beat the Big Mac level 3. Okay, I thought it was the McDonald's. Yeah, I thought we moved on. Alright. I was like, what? Oh no, not the Big Mac level 3. That's... It's like the ultimate challenge. Final boss. Wow. Is there something else that I'm missing? Because all I see is the Google images of like the babies. They're like they're super squishy style. I don't know what the game is. I'm gonna translate all these to red. I don't know what translate means at this point. It's kind of just change the hue of it so I can use my correct color. That's my final vector drawing here. Pretty happy with this tail. So I'm gonna go for it. Just gonna restructure this. Like, what kind of game is it? Like, is it... Imagine it's some sort of Connect 3 or one of those Bejeweled type games where you just get a cookie clicker. What's Candy Crush? Some sort of puzzle game like that, I guess. Like, a lot of images look like some simulator. We just go pack bonus and use everything. There's an appeal in collecting the little chibi horses. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. Just wondering, is it then like a Tamagotchi simulator type thing where you collect them and then take care of them? It is? Okay. It is like a Candy Crush sort of thing. Okay. Thingy. Got it. I mean, I know mobile games. 1 out of 10 games are Candy Crushes. Let's see. Little horses have their own powers and stuff. Okay. Sorry, I'm just trying to see what I can do here. Let's see. I could do another color just so I can have a... Oh, I could use a stroke. I could use a stroke. So maybe I just played it to completion and watch hundreds of hours worth of ads. Ah, jeez. Just so I don't have to spend any real money. Right. That's how it works. I don't think my stroke work. I think the hold S? There we go. Takes a lot of practice and skills. Got it. This is real man's game. And it's just like, I don't think, can I show this? Like, the first pictures, this is Baby Pony, Fluttershy. So, okay. I'm saying it's a real tricky game. It's like, okay. Let's see Baby Fluttershy. Alright. Can't see what I'm doing. Wait, what? It's not from the game? Oh, man. If I've been misled by the internet? Ah, jeez. No one would do that to me. Okay. I'm just still trying to make this tail right now work. Okay. Let's see. I can't. Beep. Tail. Okay. It's a little thin over here. Or at least I can make it a little sharper, maybe. So what was it? Just a promotional or just someone's Deviantart kind of thing? I'm just curious now. I'm just like, what even is this? I wanted to know what this was, so this is a perfect time to figure this out, you know? I mean, Hitch takes care of a baby dragon, so maybe this could be relevant. I don't know. Trying to make conversation just to figure this out, you know? That's not straight. Okay. Get rid of my sketch, and I got nice colored version. Okay. Yeah, we kind of look at it like this. It's like, that's Hitch, so we're on a good track. Now I just gotta make the head a little different. What if it needs more cheek? Or maybe just like angularized the cheek? I don't know. What's gonna make this better? What's gonna make the face better? It's possible I might not finish today. That's more than likely to be the case. I'll have to hang up so I can see. Okay, I think I saw that picture. And I guess, okay. Yeah, Cookie sent me a picture of like the title screen maybe? Where all horses are like super small and they're like on little pedestals. It's like that. There was a Pokemon game that had them as real figures and they had little pedestals. It was like a board game where at least it had real life figures that you could put it on board and then they would have little things on them or something. It's probably not that, but it's like just reminded me of something similar to that. They were like virtual amiibo. Oh, awesome. Well, virtual. It's not really amiibo then. But that's cool. Little pedestal things. Little Skylanders. Let's see, I have to go into my scary node view here. It's all organized. Don't you worry. I have a whole box for hair. I'm probably not going to use that much. It's going to shrink it a little bit preemptively. Okay. Hitch hair, cop one. Don't need that much. I could have 2 hairs. Okay. So what I want is... Let's block out the hair. Let's do it sketch. And rig this up. Peg. And connect it to the top head. Okay. What are we doing? We want to do sketch, and I want to see what this will look like. So turn off mirror view. I don't know if that's gonna matter. Change it to that line. Okay. So probably use this, and let me get my references to be closer to this. So I can use my, see which one of these is what I want. Might have been the other one, just wasn't highlighted on it. There we go. So I can move this down. I would just put it there-ish. I guess we can look at it. So I took different pictures of the 3D model so I can see. So what usually gets me is trying to figure out how the hair works in space, like as you rotate it, what happens. So I'm just trying to figure out how in general the hair works. So how many pieces in minimum terms would I need? Like I need 1 block here, and then like 1 straight here, and then 1 straight there, and then like a reverse mohawk thing, mullet, some sort of regular horse thing there. And took this picture so I can see like how that's all kind of connected as one piece. I can see how that's connected there. So with the tiger tail I had 1 big block, I can see.
and then where this little outline is in its own little thing. So it's almost like the top piece is one top piece, excuse me, and then little strand there. It looks like I could get away with this other one if I wanted to be fancy with it, but it'd probably just be obviously more geometry. So I'm just trying to talk to myself to figure out how much pieces I want out of it and then work from there. There's just more outside there. Okay. So I think I'll start from the front view. Here, sketch, sketch, and sketch. Okay. Let's try to make this a little larger. Okay. A little thicker. There we go. Okay. Save. Let's see. Changing tabs. Okay, cool. How's this gonna work? So we'll have some sort of top do. I'll just keep kind of sketching it out until I feel pretty happy with it. You know, I think I've done this kind of hairstyle with, was it Sunny? Oh yeah, Sunny's rainbow hair has these little streaks. It's all like, see how this is a different color from here? So what I can do is have a whole object that's literally just this piece, and then a whole object that's then this piece, and then I can have deformers to then kind of shimmy this around. It's like, so I can like have, as it rotates in 3D space, faux 3D space, I can then have these move around and then have that translate. So, translate in space. So, I think I'll do something similar to that and have these be their own separate objects, but I need to know how many. It looks like 2. For these little 2 streaks there. And then see, do I like this style better for this part? And I think because it's gonna be, it has to be like its own, I have to start from the middle almost. Can I start from here and then be its own kind of piece there? Because this will be the darker color here. But if I'm going to put it on top, I guess, yeah, you can put it on top there. And that's okay to write it there. But I think what I want is to have it be more, it could go down. It just seems a bit much. I don't know. Maybe it could just be kind of more, something like that. And then we can have a little tiny strand. This little bit here. Have another piece. Kind of starts from here. And then this could be its own part. A little thinner than what that suggests. Would be nicer. Let's see. Something like that. That's not hard to read. Welcome. Hi Ben. Welcome, welcome. Gobble gobble. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Or so forth. Let's see. I forgot to really talk about my Thanksgiving. This is going to be a little too much concentration to figure this out, so unfortunately I'm probably going to be thinking about this for a while. And then when we look to the side, we can have some sort of hairpiece there. But from the front, it's not really going to be seen. So maybe I can just kind of taper this out into trapezoid type shape here. And then just kind of get the shape that I want, like a silhouette. And then have some shapes in there.
So this would be like his back here, but because it's in front of him, because he's looking to the front, then it's not really going to be that visible. Could be a little taller, and then just kind of put it right there. Okay. What is this line before I moved it? What was it? Oh, it was literally that part of it. Cool. Okay. So there you go. That's a that's a sketch. Let's see. So now I want to make objects for each of those pieces that I wanted. So Hitch, hair. Let's do main as in primary. We want side. Well, not really side. It's just kind of. I want this part. So this is kind of. We should do more hairpiece parts. Like a side part or something. Strangle, string, it's, wish I had more vocabulary so I can do this. Side part, big, I don't know what that means. And then small, so I want the small one on that side there. And then I want back for like the neck part. And then I want the, let's see. Hi Tasha, gobble gobble, welcome, welcome. I want the hitch hair. Oh, these parts, the masky parts. The base, mask. It's usually not too good to say left and right most of the time. So maybe we'll just do 1 and then mask 2 and then figure that out. Okay. So this is where I need the large space to get this going. Visibility, just to turn off this part, so I don't have to look at it when it's rendered. Okay. So I got all these bips, all these bips, all these bips. Okay. So the mask has to be on top. Where's 1? Needs to be on top, and then the back is in the back. Side part big is on top. Side part small can be there, and then the main gonna be here. I can play with Z depth, where in turn that they'll be in 3D space, so it's not quite uber important that these are literally layered from left to right in this order. But at least it'll be in a decent way that I'll understand. Okay. So, you ready, Hitch? Alright. Let's work on the main part first. And then everything else will kind of build off from there. So, I can do this real quick and just to show what I want. And then I'll go back and refine it. Let's do that. Let's do the main. So I'll just kind of just go around to each section that I want. And just real quickly, gonna go through it. If I don't like some shape, then obviously I didn't spend too much time on it. So it'll be okay. But at least to a point that's like, okay, that can work. The hardest part is making sure that these pieces work as I do the rotations. So I'm using a master controller to be able to rotate in like, use a little box thing here to move this around, and then it interpolates between these different pieces, rotation parts. It takes these poses and then interpolates what's in between these two poses, and then makes a matrix to rotate them around. So, but obviously trying to figure out what's the best way to make these poses work with each other is the hard part. In the sense that I've had somebody's hair is not really work, or at least not work well, with other, as it rotates the head, as it looks from one side to the other, the hair would be, obviously I've always had issues where like the hair would be kind of like clipping through the ear, or just didn't really work, it like really look good from one angle. Because I remember the first time I had Pip's hair, her hair was like okay from like looking left and looking straight, but trying to make her look right, like her hair looking forward had this curly cue that looked really cute, but then trying to get that to look to the left with the way that was like really awkward. It was like Rarity's hair, where it's just kind of like, and it's just like, ah man. So I had to like restructure and like make it into like 2 parts, and then have more masks, and then split it up, and just made it way more complicated than it was before. And it's like, ah man. So it takes some doing to make this work, but it's worth it to trying to figure it out. Pony says real voice acting from the characters. Oh, awesome. They got voice acting in the Game Loft game, the little town builder one, which I wasn't really into town building, so I wasn't really into that much. The gameplay itself didn't really hook me. And then I spent $100 on Celestia. So hair fill, white. Let's see. Hair outline. What am I doing? Doing this part small. So this would be kind of similar to how I did Sunny for little side hair pieces here. We'll still need a piece there. Don't need a piece there. It could just literally just be like that, and then might have to do an auto patch, which will get rid of that line, or I just take it off to begin with. That can work too. Usually the hard part is making them kind of connect with each other, like having the different pieces, like this object and like the hair base. If they're both visible, if I then fill this in, you'll see that there's like, obviously the overlap, I might not like how this looks. So what if I wanted to just be literally where they connect to each other? I could, and there's some pegs here. I could literally try to put it underneath and then see if there's like a small sliver or something, or I can make the hair go on top. And then it's like, well, now it's layered, this big piece is now layered on top. So it's like, well, is that what I want? Do I still want this like little line as the intersection here? Is that what I want? So it's like, well, do I want like an auto patch, which also gets more confusing, and I'm not sure if I'll be able to figure out how to get that in there. But it's like there's a lot of more decisions than just like putting different pieces in and then hoping that works. But having it as different pieces, like this piece and this piece as different pieces. And so it's like I have to like work with how they interact with each other, and in this particular case as well, like how do they work with different views, like as it rotates the head in different poses. Will that also work? Do I need to split it up more, or is having glass pieces good? Obviously with animation as well, do I want 100 pieces? That then get complicated as well, because I have to move that many pieces in animation. So, yeah, way too much to think about. Let me hide these for now, so I can work on side piece part big. But yeah, just for now, just gotta at least try and get these pieces in and try to make them all happy. And then try to work on the more Toon Boom specific features, like the how do they interact with each other, how does the line work, connect with each other, and then the more specific Toon Boom stuff of the deformers and then the master controller. Make sure that works as well. So this is always a process. It's like, ah, jeez, I gotta do. I've already done this like 4 times,
with the other characters. Well, I guess it's a mystery. So 5 times already before. So I'm getting used to it. And in a way that I have to make it, have to be consistent as well. So even if I did it, quote, incorrect with Sunny, if I do it the correct way with another character, in a way that makes it seem inconsistent. Because then it's like, oh, well, I did it the right way, at least a more defined way the other time, a later time. So it's like, oh, man. Either I just have to go with the flow of just like, oh, I'm just going to do it the same way each time. Or then I have to make sure that I also upgrade as I go, which I have been as well. I can quickly show that off, is that I have new deformers on the legs. If I kind of select everything. So I have a new deformer on the bottom of the leg here, so I can kind of drag this around. You can see like the cutie mark kind of gets dragged up as well. Kind of drag this down to the cutie mark. But we're having it be on different deformers. So it's like there's one deformer to slide here, and then one deformer down here. But they're like close to each other, but they don't interact with each other. I split it up this way. I could have a little bit more freedom to at least move some of these around a little bit more better. But there's also like some other crazy auto patches and other stuff going on. Here's a Hitch auto patch that's being applied on top of all these deformers. So here's just the one leg. It's just all these pieces are then intertwined, and then even using some information from other pieces like the torso itself to be like some cutter, I think. So not only is this just like so complicated, just how many pieces there are of each drawing piece, it's also being handled in a complex Toon Boom way to make this all work. There's also like kinematic outputs, so I'm not gonna make you try to understand that part. But yeah, just to know that this does get complicated, even if it's just a bunch of different leg pieces, or either just even if it looks like it's just like one part, like everything looks like one piece, but the way that it looks like that is because of all this complicated stuff. So just know that none of this is simple. I'm able to have a butt controller in a way here, so I can do that, and then try to move some pieces there. So see that kind of moves the leg there. And I just show that I got other controllers, so I can kind of move this around. So this is one of my favorite parts. To be able to do like a squash and stretch with the leg. Yeah, there we go. That's pretty cool, huh? I guess I should credit the person that I kind of copied this off of with this kind of 2 deformer thing. It's a person from a Creativity Kitchen. I got a complicated username that I forgot how to actually pronounce it, but it's them. Oh, hi Star. Welcome, welcome. Or gobble gobble. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving. Hello. Let's see. Something here. Does it work? 3 to 11. Oh man. Sleep on Saturdays and streams. Ah, okay. I'm glad you got something to keep you busy. That's good. Good to see you. So what's up? You gotta. How does this today work then? If you're. Oh yeah, it's Thanksgiving. I was like, wait a minute. If you have work every day, how are you here? Cool. Well, good to see you. We got a lot of progress on the visual novel section. Guess you can watch all the VODs to see what I've been doing. And then we're working on Hitch. No, this is weirdly complicated. But we're getting there. Almost there. Should I get most of these hair pieces are? I think you're caught up. Visual novel's coming together. It's a lot of Python and craziness that I'm not super used to, but I'm learning, and it's been fun to learn, but a lot more different type of work to get that going compared to just drawing it. Like with animation, it's like I probably could be done with the animation honestly by now if it was gonna be animated. Oh well. Let's see. So I'm just gonna go through here and just kind of make up some random shapes, honestly. I'm not sure where I'm going with any of this, but at least just to get something in the pipeline here. Or I guess I could have been done. No, I probably would have, if this was the animation, I would have just been working on this puppet anyway. I probably would have been, if I didn't have to do all the coding, that's what I'm saying, then I probably would have been done. Yeah, okay. Yeah, still on me. You know, just use, I think it's Ren'py to make it original. Yes, I'm using Ren'py. I can show that off. So I got the visual novel where I got a nice text box with new text, new font, and then the characters kind of bounce up and down. And then when Sunny talks, I got a little tiny bubble of her. I'll have different expressions of her talking, so she'll be like thinking or like having different feelings, and those will be expressed with her little bubble there. But it's just for now. I'm just trying to test ground what I can do. So yeah. And they got little choices you can choose. So we're getting there. But yeah, Ren'py is basically just game coding with extra steps of, it kind of takes a lot of the engine part out of it. That is just like the scripting and making the script work with the code, and just kind of customizing everything. So a lot of it is kind of the bare bones. So it's like I have to add in what I want the text box to look like and all this fun stuff. So yeah. I think my favorite visual IP too. Yes. Probably a lot later down the pipeline. Probably want to focus on getting the movie done first, and then I'll have all the time to work on original stuff and any kind of shorts and stuff. But yeah, for right now, just trying to learn this as a test, and a lot of this has been fun. Trying to get back into game development and coding, which is this one. So did a lot of this scripting this past week, so defining some stuff and a whole bunch of numbers, a lot of stuff. So it's been going good. I'm having fun. Some parts are repetitive, but I guess I could make some functions for that, but I don't know. It's fun to have it be overly long. Let's see. So yeah. Hitch jump scare. So I've been working on that, but obviously I can't really work on my original concept before I really knock out how does this all work to begin with, kind of a thing. What does that mean? Is a good question. I don't know. Basically, I just want to make sure that I can make something in Ren'py first as a test before trying to just jump in and make the original design, original story and everything. So that's more what I mean. Is that I want to make sure that it is possible and I can complete something before working on something that's going to be probably like 3 or 4 times larger and 10 times longer to make. So just want to make sure that the whole pipeline works. Especially distribution, I'll have to figure that part out. So right now, I was just thinking of just putting on as a drive file or something, put on Google Docs or something and say, hey, want to download it from Google Drive? That's not suspicious for you, huh? So, I haven't made an itch.io account yet. I probably should. Probably do it this week maybe. But obviously I don't have to think about it too much right now as I'm not done with it. So, done with the game, so I don't have to worry about publishing it this second, you know. So, eventually. But yeah, I've been plugging along, and I obviously need a Hitch puppet, a Hitch character for the game. Hitch be talking, so I kind of need his assets. So right now I'm just trying to get this character going, and then he'll be used in the visual novel, and then he'll have the different expressions, and then same with how Izzy was in the game, where it's just like there's a little front view, and then whether or not they kind of disappear, and then stuff like that. So, but Star, what do you think about the little bubble that Sunny has? Everyone's been saying it's unique, but I think you'd be more an expert to let me know about that part. Let's see. Make it back look happen on your website. Oh, it's webcam to it. Ooh. Let's share. Okay. I know what magnet links. Okay. I'll just have to research how to make a link. That's a good idea. Okay. I'll look into that. So this little bubble with Sunny is that it's a POV. So like you're Sunny and then she's talking. So it only shows up when Sunny herself is talking. When Izzy starts talking and she goes away. But she'll have different expressions to be related to how she's talking and how she's feeling at the moment. Yeah. I guess it's unique. I just thought it'd be fun to have some sort of visual thing to say, like, because I was thinking, like, with Sunny as a POV, then you don't really see her. So it's like trying to think of ways to like visually say, like, oh, she would be feeling some way, or like it'd be fun to like see her in some ways. So it's like I'll just kind of put her in the corner. I don't know. So apparently that's unique. I don't know. But yeah, I probably should get back into here. So I can start to rig this hair. Doop. That's good looking. Alright. I will make this work. Alright, I just need to peg everything. As these little green boxes are. These are pegs on the drawing layers. I made something a little different. Make room for each one. Okay. Let's see. I like the bubble. I feel like it's sort of wasting effort, though it's a text box. Okay, so it's talking. First person, you show your character. Then it isn't first person perspective. Oh. What does everyone else think? Does that feel? It's not gonna. I mean, it's just gonna take just as long as anyone else, really. And I think it'll be fun to like see her different little feelings. I was even thinking of doing some little anime stuff of like, you know, when they have a little like surprise or something. And then it would be. Obviously, I'm gonna color all the other characters anyway. So when she's like, oh, then it'd be a little like. I don't even know what shape it is, but it'd be like little like, whoa, something little sparkles or little stars or something can fly out or something. It could be for more and more main characters. But like for Izzy or for Sunny, I keep switching. If Sunny's like mad or something, how do you do? There you go. Then a little bubble can be like
more red and scary looking, and then a little Animal Crossing, little like bubble or something to be like, and then this will bob up and down, a little like something like that. But I was thinking that to have the arrow be more three-dimensional, really just to have just a little bit more into it. So right now it's just a triangle, but I could have it be something more like that. So it's more like actually like directing it to be you. You know, it's like going into the closer into you, like it's being, yeah, something like that. So right now it's just the triangle. And I feel like the triangle almost means that it's going down instead of actually going three-dimensional into you. I don't know. Let's see. Means I should have MC. We'll have the character. Show the MC. We'll have the character right next to the character on screen. I'm showing a conversation from a third perspective. Okay, I like it. See, I think I should keep it. I think I like. I obviously, if it's too distracting, if people don't like it, then I could just kind of hide it or turn it off or something. I don't know. So you were saying like it'd be more like to have. I guess I have to go back a little bit. Actually, let me go to here. This will work. Obviously, I don't have the text bubbles set up. I have to like manually set up which text bubbles work. I could have it be like this, where like this would be Sunny and then Izzy, or something like that. Problem is that then I have a lot of characters, and then I'll have to switch back and forth, or have to have 3 characters, because it'd be Sunny, Pip, and Zip at this point. So, and then in that case, I would have to have one character either zip in and out, like turn off and on, or have to have 3 characters squish in. And now some of the endings, I think all the endings have all the characters, so like all 5.5 characters. So no matter what, I'll have to like turn them off and on, but I guess this kind of fits a little bit more snug, is that there's Pip and Zip here, and then I can do that. Something like that. Do. I can go back to the restart this. Obviously, I haven't spent too much time with the animation itself, so not too worried about how that looks quite yet. At least that all kind of works. Yep. There's like 6. Yeah, I don't know if I want to like make them too small though, because I want to use the same pictures of them. Because I can scale them down, but I have to like lower them, which is also kind of tricky. I don't know. Let's see. I think I'll go with what I got, because I think this is fun. Does add a little bit more. Is that to show the text box and the circle, and then hide whatever the last character was. So, I guess in every single line I have to switch out and just have this one extra line every single time for Sunny in that case. But obviously, I have to do it for the characters anyway, and I have to like animate them anyway. So, I don't know. We'll keep thinking about it. Right now, we probably should get back to Hitch. Select. We'll think about it. Just need to rig this up to be a little better here. So I want to have, definitely want to have the thingy here. Okay, so I want to have, I'm going to separate the color art from the line art.
I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller. Trying to. A little bit there. Okay. What I want is to have separators between color art and line art. There's not enough room. Okay. I can have both. Actually, I don't want both. I want to have I want it to be masked by the color art. So what I want is a cutter that goes between. I'm always confused with cutters. I always had to do like it over and over. There's like different ways to have the cutter, where it can either be reversed or not. So it's like I'm going to usually play with it a bunch of times. I think I want to turn this off and just make it this, and then put you in here, and then see where that goes. I think I want to turn this off to see which way that works. Yeah, so I think that's wired backwards. I think that works. Yes, that works. And then I want it to be behind that. There we go. Okay. So I took that big square thing here, and now it lives inside of the color art. So instead of being on the line art, so like it gets clipped between, underneath, layered inside of the line art. Line art is on top, color art is below, and the square is invisible only. It's visible only inside of the color art. So that's what I want. Cool. Now I will do that with the other one. So get another cutter for cutter 2. So this goes here. This goes here. And this goes here. Or here. Or what's this? There we go. Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to figure out how to rig that. Okay. Your little MC bubbles first. Okay, apparently, yeah, I've I'll go with that. We'll joke if we could add it in like in the bar habit function. Oh, head pat function. Oh, well, slow down there. I could have jiggle physics on the hair. I think the tail has it. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So I have physics, which I don't think this will work. Yeah, it's gone. What all these do is that I have different different things here that say where or not where's like the defining places of the bottom of the tail, and then one for like the top of the tail. And so I can have the tail then kind of move a dynamic spring. I can turn this on to be 100. And then if I then move the tail, or maybe if I move the whole character. I'd have to turn something else on. 2-point strain is on. Peg dynamic spring. Dynamic spring is turned off. That's probably why. Transformation limit. Yep, there we go. Okay, now we go back. If I start to then move, you can see like the tail's kind of having its own kind of dragging motion. So if obviously this isn't working quite yet, but I can have that kind of tail motion. So I can see the tail kind of wiggle. So after I didn't animate that, having that kind of motion, but that's how in theory that works, where it can have the different pieces have their own kind of physics onto them. So I'm gonna turn that off. So I could do that for each of the hair pieces as well, and they kind of dangle and move. Something like that. Definitely for now. So I want to rig all of these to this. So bring out bops onto each of these. So that when you move head, then all the hair pieces move. Why is everything over there is a interesting question. Why did it move? I'm not sure. But I could just move it back. And NECA, you have to get loud and full screen, move the window around so your birds won't jump in the. Oh wow. The headphones change words and loud. Oh. Go down the top of the head, Spud's hairs and never act. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not sure if I can if I'm program worthy enough to figure that out. I think I'll just kind of keep it simple for now, you know. As a first test fire kind of thing. I will definitely keep looking into this if these kind of visual novels are fun. If there's a good response to this one that I'm working on turns out well, I'll look into getting some more development features implemented. I think that'd be fun. Okay, yeah, that'll be tricky part then. There is some cool stuff in Ren'py that is pretty cool. It's really some 3D, some 3D layerings, and like a bunch of, obviously it's because it's this whole open source type engine type of deal where you can just kind of customize a lot of it, and it just works because it's already set up as a pre-made engine. A lot of the roadblocks that I've run into on my own personal game development projects, they always end up with me not knowing how to do a certain thing, and then it's like, well, I just kind of lose all motivation to keep working on it. Because I usually like to make everything from scratch. So if I'm trying to make a game, I usually have to like learn the engine first and then try to work on some functions as I work. So it's usually a little longer till they just kind of get from the ground up. So yeah, usually want to learn how to do all this first. Oh, thought I had it. Let go to the wrong point. Want it to be about there. Okay. And then I can move these bips there. I'm moving my mouse so slightly. Okay. Usually if I zoom in, then I can move these a little bit tighter. There you go. That's above the line art. I might have to... What I want to do? Might have to split it up. I'm gonna... Let's do a layer selector on here. And then say everything but the line art. And then have another one that is the line art. And then I could put it above. Hopefully these other ones. Let's see if that works. No? Okay. Where do these go? These and these are here. But I have the line art above there, but because of the ZDEP is actually saying that there's some sort of small amount of wiggle room. Ah! It's so close. So I'm looking for a perfect amount of in-betweenness. Right about there. Okay, okay. Got it. Okay. Let's move some of these beans over a little bit. A little higher. Then I know about where I want all these parts to be. I could have another piece, or I can just kind of go into here and kind of rework the actual shape itself, and that might work better. Can move these pieces up a little bit and just kind of rework the shape. This is why it's like takes forever, because it's like you move one piece and it's like, well, that kind of affects this piece in a way that it expects now, so I have to rework a lot of this now and re-implement a lot of this. So the usual trick is just to work fast, or just kind of fail faster is the technique. So just kind of implement it really quickly and then realize that, oh, that didn't work. Or like a little different from what I expected, so I have to go back in and because I didn't spend too much time polishing this in a way, I could just kind of go in and use what I got now and kind of realize that I want to do it to look more like this. Just kind of quickly go in here and see what I can do with any of these. What I also want to do is add some deformers. I'll do these probably the last thing here today. I usually want to just get a picture of what this looks like without the mask. Hide everything. Properties. That. Just to show what a deformer looks like again. And again, like with the visual novel stuff, it's all for fun. Like if it's not, if it's gonna take me a while to make because I make a decision like the adding the sunny thing, I think that's still part of learning process. You know, so I think I'll continue with it. But I was more just worried about it, but not the design itself looked okay. Or not the green background. I was mostly afraid of like the green background not really looking too good. So I was looking more critique was I was looking for something more like that. Make sure that looked okay. So, but if it's fundamentally it seems off or it seems weird or anything, then I think I'm okay with that. Everyone's saying it's okay. Yeah, so that looks okay. And I could probably show what that looks like again. It looks like this. There's a little bubble. Want to make it 3D. I was just afraid that that might be a bit too much to look at though. But I guess I make the outline a little thinner. And I'll play with more of the styles of everything. Each character will have a different texture. It's like Sunny has the circles, and then Izzy has these little Z's, and then I'll have each character have something different. Yes, that's what I'm working towards. I will have that. They'll even have like I can go as far as having them be looking in different directions, or like I could have them animate as well as something's more complicated than this. I can have full-on animations as well. Think something like more to modern Ace Attorneys, where they have obviously they have 3D models, but they're more animated than the first series ones. The first ones on GBA only had like 3 or 4 animations, and then they just kind of cycled through those. But with this I can have like blinks, and then each of them can like kind of do a little gesture, and then kind of not thinking of like full on swaying and like going like whoa, you know, like having full on motions, but like each one can have
a blink or something. Maybe just like 4 keyframes per se, but nothing really more than past that, I would think. I will end. I wanted to finish these bit, and then we can say that the hair is in a starting pose. So yeah, I'll have to work on this a little longer. Clean this up. Probably want to redesign the hair a little bit, because like each time I always underestimate how many pieces I'll need. So I'll probably need another piece for like his front, like its front hair or something. And then whether or not this actually works with his rotation and everything, that's going to be where I'll have to figure out how to where that'll work. It'll be the biggest test. But that could be fun to have some pretty decently animated characters. So obviously as an animator, I don't want to review and say like, oh, the animations were bad or like really limited. And it's like, oh, well, coming from an animator, it's like, oh, you want it to look decent. So it's like, I'm gonna try and at least make that look good. The gameplay or whatever loop is boring. And it's like, well, that's not my forte, but no, that's a little weird. Probably want to make this a little smaller. Yeah, I think I need. It looks too polite. Like a little schoolboy, kind of like, I did my picture taken. Little face there. So I'll probably have to. I didn't even get to most of what I wanted. A lot to work on his face structure, and then probably redo a lot of this hair stuff, because I feel like it's still in a very loose state here. So, but next stream, we'll work on Sparky the baby dragon. So that'll be its completely different, start from scratch, you know. Because today I just kind of worked on, basically, you know, I started with this and then added hair. So, I'll have to do his stash and then try to figure that out, and then whether or not his snoot's gonna work. So, it's probably gonna take me the rest of the week to actually get this going. And then we're gonna start with Sparky and then do all of that and then do all the coding. And, but if this works, this looks okay, I'll work on the expressions to have them have feeling and then emote and whatever. But most of what I was working on was mostly just getting all of this to work, getting all the pieces and then applying them into the script and making sure that all this actually works was mostly what I was working on this past week. So now that's mostly figured out with all this. Now I can work on adding the expressions and making sure that, just wanted to touch base obviously to make sure that everything's looking good. So, yeah, whenever there's some obviously a little contention with this or not, I'll work on it. So maybe in a more polished state that, hopefully you'll come around on it. But yeah, let's go towards the time and see what we got. There we go. Boy, am I thirsty. Let's see. Yeah, I'll have to figure out how to. I just read up a little bit. Yeah, I'll have to read up how to have like the dialogue kind of like show up, like to have each letter show up on in turn, and then like I wanted to like a little, you like, there's always like a little icon on the bottom right that's like click this to continue, or have some cute picture or something. That might be something to add as a later thing. But yeah, I was even thinking of like having different versions of the mouth talking. Like one of them could just be half a second, and one could be like 1 second. So we have different versions of the mouth talking, and then based on how long the text box itself is, I can kind of fake how long for them to talk, and then have them close their mouth once the text box is done or something. Something way more complicated than it is. I'm not a programmer by trade to know. My workarounds is, well, if the text box is going to be, this long, that means I'm going to make a animation that's about that long, and then I'm going to have it be a specific instance, rather than having the more programming way of if then's text box equal letter thing, then have show this animation for this long and then do that. And it's like, I don't know how to do that, so it's like I'm going to do it the more convoluted way. As people are leaving, thank you guys. Next time will be Sparky, and then after that we'll work on more animations or GUIs, or maybe the Dream, or whatever I need to do more for the whatever I don't work on in the meantime. So yeah, thank you guys. Let's see. Yep, starting about show expressions. Alright, thank you, Dakota. Good job, thank you. I hate Sparky. That's fair. Never watched even 5 seconds G5 to give an opinion. That's fair. Yeah, G5, I just watched the holiday special this morning. So I thought people would be either spoil me or just want to be ahead of the game. So I watched it. I mentioned this before that it did improve, or at least it did a thing that I was hoping that they would do, where the rest of the series, especially Make Your Mark, has been stuck in Maritime Bay, but in the holiday special they have a way to travel to the rest of Equestria, and so it's like, whew, finally we can actually meet the other characters again. So if you want, you almost can start from there, and then there's not too much that I guess you miss some of the real characterization stuff, but they're becoming more and more Flanderized as the series goes on. Like when I was writing the script for my original novel, I was scared that I was making Izzy too Pinkie Pie like I was making it be too excited or very off the wall, or just like Lowell's random humor. But then I watched the special and it's like, oh yeah, I think I'm good. Like it was almost more than that, more random humor. So I was like, okay, I'm more in character than I thought. I almost like made her more saturated version of herself. So that was good. But yeah, I liked it. Just for the fact that a lot of my gripes with the series has been alleviated. So yeah, I'm excited for more. That's like, okay, now we got something that we can move around in. So I was like, okay, we can go more places, yeah. So that'd be great. Oh boy. Let's talk turkey. Let's see. Yeah, I was able to rest mostly on Thanksgiving. I woke up at like at 8 and then animated the little GIF that I put on Twitter, so you guys can look at that. It's pretty simple, but thanks for all the likes. I appreciate that. Basically just Derpy in a turkey costume just blinking, so it's not really that impressive. But I cleaned it up from last year's version, so it looks a little better. She blinks a little better. I literally added more frames to her blink, so yeah. Um, and then after that, so this is Thanksgiving Day. Woke up my parents. They wanted to sleep in a little bit. I was like, it's 9 a.m. I'm hungry. I was like, should I have breakfast, or how much of food should I be hungry for? And they were like, yeah, have a breakfast. Yeah. So I got a little breakfast and then kind of hung out. And it was like it was really nice. I was able to mostly not think about work in every sense of real job work and animation work. So past that, past the little derpy animation, I didn't animate or do anything. But yeah, I hung out with my parents. We had a nice turkey lunch. Had some fun talks, and basically just rested and watching videos on YouTube and movies. Yeah. It was very tight. It was only just us, the three of us, so it wasn't a big thing. But apparently my bosses at work are doing a Friendsgiving, where my the new boss that came in like in 2020 to take over the company, and my the family run boss are actually hooked up, and they have a little Thanksgiving together. So I don't know how often they do that, but it's like that's kind of cool. So I'll hear what how that happened, how that worked out for them. Yeah. Trying to think of anything else. Let's see. That's as far as I got. But yeah, it was mostly just hanging out. I think we just watched a bunch of pets videos. We practically just watched TikTok on the YouTube on our TV for a lot of the time. We had pie. The food was amazing. My dad cooks, so he practically did the whole cooking of the entire spread. Everything was delicious. I loved it. I guess before I said like what kind of foods I like, so he kind of curated a little bit towards me. I was like, I don't like some of these staples, so I was like, let's kind of either elevate it or make it more sweet or something, make it more better. Like the green bean casserole. It's like it's not my super favorite. So we elevated with like onion bits that made it more salty, and it's like, okay, that's better. Add little mushrooms in it. It was really good. There were some yams, but I decided to skip on that. I don't like yams. But I think there was something else in there, like apples or something. Cranberry sauce had like pineapples in it, so a lot of fun mixing of stuff that had like not just super tradition. It's just like let's have some more cooler recipes that had more flavors into them. It's like, yeah, it was really fun. Still have a lot of left. Actually, I thought we would have a lot more. Like it would last like a week or so of leftovers, but it seems like we're nearly almost gone. We have a lot of turkey left, but I think we finished like the mashed potatoes and even the green beef casserole, and I think probably some other stuff. I think we still have a lot of cranberry sauce and turkey. So yeah, I guess we'll have that for a little bit longer. Yeah. It was fun. And then of course, the next day, on Friday, I started to really dive into the visual novel. So you got to see how much far I got on that. So, and now we're getting even farther with the character, and then we'll get even farther with the other character on Sparky next week. So, excuse me, we'll get there. Tentative probably time when this will be all complete will be, I hope, before the end of the year, end of December. Most of hopefully the big programming stuff is complete. So it's more just filling in the. It's like you start out with nothing, and then you have to like create each puzzle piece, and then once you create each puzzle piece, then you have to put it into the jigsaw and like put them all together. So it's like making a puzzle, but it's like you have to like program and then design each puzzle piece individually, and then you can put it into fit them with each other with the other pieces. So it's like but right now I'm just kind of I designed most of the pieces and I've started to fill some of them in, but I think most of the back end super tricky stuff is almost complete, so it'll just be the more what I'm more used to with the animation and design and stuff is more what's going to be the next frontier to work on. Obviously, yeah, we'll definitely work on the emotions, but obviously I didn't want to make 100 emotions and then for you guys to say like, I don't want her to look that way, or she's too big, or put her down, or squeeze her in or something. Why is she facing forward? You should have her face this way. And it's like, uh-oh. Otherwise, then I'll have to scrap all that work and all that time. So, yeah. Oh, of course, I always want to add more. There's always room for more pictures in the slideshow. I think I added one probably this week. There was someone who drew a bunch of hand-drawn pictures, try to figure out which one they wanted, and added in. Yeah, let me know where I can find that cookie. Let's see. I still see the pop-up ones. Let's see. Oh! You want to like cut and paste that into the Hall of Fan Art, so it's not mixed in with the rest of them, so it'll be filtered out. I'll save it for now. Wonder how quickly it'll update the slideshow. Let's try this out. Just call it something. Okay. Disk folder slideshow fan art paste refresh slideshow fan art slideshow. Is there a way to... I don't know if there's a way to refresh it as much as just turn it off and on. We'll see. Yeah, shout it out when you see it. We'll see if it works. Well, as long as you're not putting it like in 10 places at once, or like putting it over and over, and that's not really spamming. I just want it to be like categorized into the right place, Is there like a line? There we go. Just saw that. Yeah, you should be fine. There we go. I might have too many pictures that it's probably going to take a while, even if it is there, to see if it's in here. And then we'll delete it from ShareTent. I got it. There we go. Perfect. Then, if half of the fan art pictures that go in the slideshow, are in one place, and then the other half were in the ShareTent versus the Hall of Fame art, then I want to just have it be in one big list, have the fan art just be in one big place. The ones that go in the slideshow, But yeah, there we go.
It'll eventually be there. I super appreciate all of our pictures here. Let's see if I can move this chat a little bit over here. Sorry, guys. You guys are falling off the screen. There we go. Let me just kind of shimmy over here. There we go. I don't know if I made it larger or anything. Oh, I did kind of play with the color of it. You guys are a little bit easier to read now. I did go through the CSS and color stuff for the chat, so you guys are a little bit easier to read. You guys were like dark green on darker green, so I I fixed that. But yeah, now we got the slideshow hopefully updating. Ooh, look at that. Anti-aliasing, that's fun. There it is, yay! Pew pew! Alright, that's awesome. It fits really well too. Look at it go. It's really cropped well. Yay! Awesome. So cool. There we go. Awesome. Yeah, let's go. Awesome. Everyone else is so great too. I love them all. Oh, great. Cool. So I can even do that when during a stream. Awesome. Cool. Don't have to like close the whole stream and like reboot or something, you know, like in the late 2000s or something where they gotta turn everything off so you can refresh everything. It wasn't really yeah. Like we had like that Diamond Tiara one and then like some other characters. So I think unless you wanted to not be part of the slideshow, I think you said if you want to add it to the slideshow. So I took that as you wanted to be in the slideshow, so that means it would want to be in the fan art section. So if you wanted to not be, I definitely can take it out. If you're like, oh, it's just a Derpy, which isn't related to fan art. So I'm okay either way. Obviously, it's always nicer to have more than none. So it's always like to have a lot of have more derps than none. I'm gonna get some juice. I'm running out of steam out of here. Yeah, I see what you mean. That some of these are a little bit more related to my costumes that I made for the live streams themselves. So it's all good. Okay, good. We're all good. Here's the MTR. I guess the only relation that I have to Deviantart is that I animated her in like an old animation for like a friend. So I guess I'm impartial in that way. So you know, and that's my OC release. Yeah, I guess I can say that this is an original character, not particularly my character that I am associated with. So that's always confusing. Anyway, let's see. I think I wanted to spend some time on just reflecting. I think we'll probably do a lot more reflecting later in December. But yeah, I just wanted to say that I'm it's weird with this turkey mask. But I'm very grateful for you. Just wanted to give thanks to all you guys, especially now with this fan art thing. It's like never imagined 10 years ago I'd be here. So I'm very grateful for all of you, and it's very nice for all your interactions that I can talk for you guys, and that's amazing that have this opportunity. I can just reach out and say whatever I want, and you guys may or may not listen, but at least someone probably will. So I'm glad about that. That you guys are here and helping support me and the channel. I was almost gonna go into like I was gonna decide whether or not I want to do like a bunch of plugs and say like, wow, you guys are so great. Also join my Patreon.
Whatever that's the right thing to do, but I do have Patreon. Oh, so we got the Discord, which Cookie helped with that. Talking about that. But yeah. I guess if you wanted to reach out even further, then Patreon's obviously the most benefactory, like in the most more than just talk to me. It's like actually a monetary real support, you know, kind of a thing. And it's just like one lowest is $1 a month to help me pay for things. So help me out there. Because obviously I'm not doing regular cartoons anymore. I've been focusing on the larger cartoon, so not really uploading as much anymore. I've also been meaning to do stream highlights as videos. I'll see about that. I've just been obviously too busy, and I know how long it takes to do those kind of edits. I never really asked you guys to do any of those, and I haven't really seen any of those. So I don't know if I'm highlight worthy, but I think it'd be fun to have like a 1-minute condensed version of either a stream or just a whole bunch of different streams and just as a monthly highlight or something. But yeah, I've just been too busy to really make time for that in a way, you know? Because I do want to prioritize and obviously work on the movie as much as I can with as much time as I got off of work. So yeah, it's hard. I don't know. I've been meaning to want to do it because I think it'll be fun. But I guess, you know, it'd be for the people who look at a video time, who look at a video's timeline, length. There we go. Looks and see like, oh, 2.5 hours. I don't have time for that. I'm not going to watch the video at all, and then I miss all of this content, you know, kind of a thing. So I'm worried about people who are like that and say like, I'm not gonna watch a single second of a 2-hour video, which is completely fair, but it's like, if there was a more morsel-sized video, I think it's just also be fun to see anything. So I could see myself and watch them in a more condensed version and be like, wow, that was a funny thing that I said that one time. Wow, I sure hope I'm funny more than that. So something like that. I don't know. Obviously, I'm not quite a full-on streamer to have that much content or really that much. My streams aren't really about me and my personalness. I try to make it more about what I draw about, and then if you guys want to hear more about me, then I'll be open to that. So I guess there's not much. I don't know what a highlight reel would really contain of, but just be like some accomplishments or something funny I said, I guess. It's just a thought, obviously, but I'm just trying to. I haven't really pursued it as much to really figure it out because I haven't had the time to really dive into it, you know. So, but yeah. Again, I guess it mostly just my main thing again was just to make sure that the people who don't want to watch the streams at all, give them something that would be more enticing in some way. So, yeah. Whatever that would be, you know. Even if it's not, I don't know what else it would be besides a highlight reel, kind of a thing. So, I could do like a post or something and say, hey, look at what I did, but I wanted to also be some way to be some call to action to be like, would you like to watch some of this? Then here you go. If you want to watch more or some way. So, yeah. Exactly, just like some more themed videos like that. What's our program is? That's programs crashing. I
I do use Alt 4 on my XP a lot at work. Sometimes it's just like quicker to just have like a hotkey just to close the whole application just at once. Like I saved, alright, close, and then just Alt 4. It's real fun. So I feel so powerful, you know, just like completely closing it. It's like you're coming with me. You're going down with me. British English. Oh wow. Okay. If you say so. Okay. Sure. I'll go with that. Sure. Alright. Just adding more letters into it. Why not? Anyway, let's see. What was even? Oh yeah, to close all my stuff was really fun. I feel like I can close, because I try not to do it, you know, with my real programs at home. I was like, I don't want to force close all this stuff. I go to file and then close or quit or something. So being able to do it on XP is like, yeah, it's still more computer, whatever. Let's see. You guys took letters away. What when you talk, you want to say things more longly? Oh boy. What's one of the more like egregious ones that's like super? Is there any ones that's like more than just like 3 letters or something that we Americans like took out? Whatever. We just took out a whole chunk of the word. No, there's a lot of like loan words that get changed around. Like a loan word, like kindergarten, it's a German word, you know. When there's like a whole. So there's like kinder care, you know, something along sort of like that, those lines. When there's anything like that. I should probably stop soon, huh? I get a little overtime than usual. Let me get some water so I can send this out. Go properly here. More on a fresh throat. Gobble gobble. Thank you for watching. That's good. Okay. Hope you had a good weekend. Whether or not you had a Thanksgiving, if you had one, hope you had a good one. Or not. This is going good. Let's see. Thank you guys so much. I forgot what my hug button was. Is it this? There we go. It's H. H for hug. Alright. Let's roll my buttons there. Thank you guys for watching. Gobble gobble. We'll be back next time with more of this. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, there we go. It's like my mic is directly in front of my everything. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'm gonna head out now. I'm gonna have lunch maybe. That'd be pretty cool. I'll take this off next time. So you'll be able to see my mouth better. And then yeah, we'll work on. I don't know if I'll have like a skeleton structure of Sparky or not, or just start from completely from scratch. I guess it'd be fun to see it from scratch. So that means I gotta do nothing until next time for that project. So until then, I'll work on Sunny, in the visual novel, and then see if I can start on Izzy's animations, and then do some more coding, do some more functions and everything for that. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. Yep, that's I don't have to say that again. So thank you guys. All right, take care. I will find a button to send me out in just a sec. Where's my buttons? Oh no, I have too many tabs open. Where did that go? Oh, I opened Cookie's picture. That's why the tab picture was just like that. Don't know. Okay. Thank you again. All right. Thank you. I found a button. Thank you guys. See you. All right. Bye bye.